urgency has me wondering. Thought that I had figured it out. Nothing could get through to me, but this kind of chemistry has me wondering. When you're not around it, I was black and white. How come I'm not seeing in color? Lost without you, I can't make it through the night. How come I'm not seeing in when you need it most. Feel the freedom of being careless, just being in love. Everything will be alright. Through the darkness, through the night, no fear anymore. No fear anymore. No fear anymore. Why the smile on your face? Don't fake it. You don't have to pretend. Why the fear in your eyes? Will make it. Just take a chance. The thing that haunts you, leave it behind you. The ones that love you, let them guide you. Everything will be alright. Through the
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. It's yet another week kicking off here on the EGF channel. We have some great esports action happening all weekend, But we're going to start weekend. God, I've been out for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been gone for a while, but I'm very glad to be back. It is FIFA here on the EGF channel. My name is Upmine, joined here by George, and we have a big game to start things off.
We do indeed. We've got Xavier versus St. John University. It's an absolute banger. The thing is, St. John's University, they're top of the leaderboard right now. They're top of the tables. They're top of the standards. And Xavier, can they play that underdog? Can they, come out? Can they smash them? I'm hoping, I'm not going to say I'm hoping they smash them, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a very good, very tight affair, as always. But it's lovely to have you back, mate. Hopefully you've had a nice journey away, trip away. Hopefully you're all refreshed and ready for some fantastic FIFA action. Week 5, by the way.
Right. We've been gone for a while, ladies and gentlemen, just to keep you guys up. We're watching St. John's. They're currently at the top of the table. Undefeated thus far. They're 4-0. But Xavier, of course, Xavier was that one team that we saw in week 1 where I was just like, all right, this team has a lot of potential, but they're missing that one piece of spice. Don't know what it may be, but we're sure to figure that out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading right into game as...
There we go.
Finally, we have ourselves what is St. John's versus Xavier. I don't know which side is which. We'll figure that out very soon. No problems.
Yeah, we'll get into it. And obviously it's going to be PSG versus France. Mbappe already playing for both sides. And Mbappe with an early shot. Lloris, fairly easy save. Didn't really have too much pace on it. But yeah, this should be a fairly decent match. Ball whipped into the area. Lloris manages to clear it away this time. But it should be a fairly decent game, I'm hoping. Obviously, not too much of a difference. Di Maria wriggling his way through. I don't know how he's quite managed that. But now, Ousmane Dembele looking to get it up the other end of the field and break with Griezmann. Has he got the pace to get past Bernat? I'm pretty sure he has. Verratti cuts it out, though.
Right, and okay, I'm liking at least a little bit of the passing around from the friends side. Again, like I mentioned, we don't exactly have usernames just yet, but as soon as we do, we'll pull up a little bit of a scoreboard. But yeah, this is the thing. At least with FIFA, right? At least midfield, we see a lot of players that they're very goal hungry, ball hungry. They just boot it down. They just want to sprint downfield, maybe pass it once or twice as they make their way towards box. But I love the patience that we've seen just in this first 10 minutes from France. But we still have a lot more ground to gain up. PSG on their way back.
Yeah, here we go. Verratti coming through. Great tackle from Raphael Varane, as you expect from possibly, I would say, one of the best centre-backs in FIFA 20. But here we go. Kimpembe looking to play it forward. They might be playing Kimpembe at left-back, actually. That's an interesting one. Obviously, decent amount of pace, but nothing really in the dribbling and passing department. Pogba working it forward, gives it to Ben. Yeah, goes to the shot, hits the post. What a fantastic shot! Very lucky the PSG side for that one not to go in. You've got to be on your toes when Ben Yedder's got the ball. He's an absolute animal, and almost puts PSG 1-0 ahead there. I think PSG is Xavier, and I'm pretty sure that St. John's is France, as St. John's is the team that's hosting the stream.
There you
go. I was correct, I think. I was correct.
You were correct. So there you go. We have that team back in. Oh, okay. Crossed in. Yeah, Bernat's a little bit of a bump back to Keylor Navas. But hey, we're good. We're chilling for now. But all right. We're seeing what is now some more developmental play. And again, it's that same pace that I saw earlier from PSG. They like to hold sprint. They want to go straight for the goals, and I'm not going to blame them whatsoever. They're playing a very optimal squad that has an incredible midfield and attacking side. But on our way back, Mbappe from outside the box goes for a shot, deflected out for a corner, already booted back in. You have what is Thiago Silva knocking it right out, but still in the control of France.
Ousmane Dembele on the edge of the box, and like you said, oh, here we go. There's another chance. Ben Yedder just over the bar. A little bit wide. Goalkeeper probably didn't have it covered, so he will definitely be happy that it went over. But like you said, it's obviously PSG. They've got a very attacking team. So obviously they'll look to come forward as much as possible. But here we go. There might be a chance on a counter attack here. I think that's Idrissa Gueye with Ghana in his name, looking to play it forward, but intercepted this time.
Right. Well, for now, we saw what was a little bit of a Hail Mary type play. Only one player out towards the attacking side. still opted to get that pass in, but we're already on our way back towards the attacking side for St. John's. You have Mbappe walking his way in. Nice little pass to Griezmann that taps it into the bottom left. St. John's, the undefeated team thus far this season, looking to extend that record.
Yeah, they're trying to go toe-to-toe with Manhattan, saying, well, we're going to one-up you here. Can you potentially come back in the next game and, you know, equalise it with us? But St. John's coming 1-0 up here. It's a fantastic goal. Griezmann,
oh my.
Obviously, you'd expect him to finish it. Beautiful skill from Ousmane Dembele. It's going to come to Mbappe. Great block in the end by Thiago Silva, but it goes again, and Keylor Navas somehow makes a save. I don't know what is going on there, but Xavier really needs to tighten this defence, because at the moment it's looking a bit leaky at the back, a little bit of holes in the defensive line.
Yeah, no, they're crowding the box, not exactly playing man on that actual approach, but wow, real quick attack back coming in for Xavier, but didn't exactly get a big chance. Good coverage from the defensive side of St. John's, but still yet another opportunity as they have a throw-in, but it just gets squandered. Thrown away. We have buffering. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're depending on the players for our feeds, and this is tragic, George. This is tragic. We're getting back into it.
Oh dear.
The magic
this
of
didn't happen
esports,
at all
right?
last week. This didn't happen at all last week. I'm blaming this on you. This is your
no.
bad karma. No, I'm just joking, obviously. But we're back in the game now. Here comes Mbappe. Could be a chance for Xavier. Great save. Fairly easy for Lloris. Straight at him. But you know, Xavier obviously haven't had many chances as of yet, and really need to get some opportunities so they can get back into this game.
Ousmane Dembele. Back to Hernandez, same thing, back to Varane, and Mbappe collects it over in the front line. He had pure field if he could just beat out that one defender. But, well, okay, St. John's and Xavier, they're still keeping it sort of neck and neck at the moment, still within one goal. It's not exactly comforting to see in FIFA by any means. But in comes Xavier, still passing it around the midfield, and he gets squandered again. These short passes are just not working for Xavier. And now St. John's once again on the counterattack. Mbappe on the wing, crossing it in. Griezmann, he just kind of headbutts the back of Thiago Silva. And Marquinhos, fighting for that one. It's safe for now. Xavier on a little bit of a counterattack, but Mbappe coming in with a slide tackle. You don't see that every day. Griezmann, counterattack, back to Ben Yedder. Shot towards the bottom right. Barely makes his way by Navas. And that's a second goal for St. John's before the half.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it took a deflection off Thiago Silva as well there. Little bit unlucky, obviously, with the deflection, but Xavier are just causing all their own problems at the moment. The passing, they're just taking far too long on some of the, like the dribbling, like there's just no need for it. You've just got to move the ball around way faster than that. Get it away. You know, you're obviously under a lot of pressure, especially in this scenario, but Munir wins the ball again under a lot of pressure. It's a good press from St. John's. Very nice attacking football, but Di Maria may be looking to play a ball into the middle for Mbappe. Can he find the shot? Can he find it? He can, but it's gone wide. Goalkeeper isn't even troubled. That is, well, he's got to be putting that on target at least to get them back into this game. But still 2-0 at the halftime whistle, and well, it's been all St. John's so far, I think it's safe to say.
Right, you have to think of what was that situation too. All of his options were covered. I mean, the angle, at least going towards the right side of the goal, had the goalie ready and raring to go. And even then, if you wanted to slot it in, top left bins, slide tackle right in his face. So it was a rough scenario for what was that Xavier player. But, well, I digress. They've had multiple chances and didn't really seem like any of them formulated to an actual shot, to an actual opportunity on goal. And I think that's really where the discrepancy lays between these two teams, between these two players. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching a 1v1 and not a 2v2. For those who don't know, here in EGF, we prefer to go to the 2v2 team format. But because these two teams weren't able to field a team of two for the day, they have defaulted back to one. But
well, not just that. Also, PlayStation SharePlay has been disabled on EA Sports FIFA games. Don't know if you knew, but here might be a chance for St. John's to go another goal up. But
so are we just gonna do? We're just gonna do 1v1s unless someone is on the console.
Yeah, unless Unless they're in person. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and that's tough during
yeah.
Quarantine. Okay, understandable.
And it's tough for production for FIFA as well, because obviously we use share play as a share play as a spectator feature. Obviously we don't have it in FIFA yet, but
Counter-attack.
obviously I digress a little bit. Here we go. There's a chance here. Bernat, can he get the ball in the middle? He almost finds Idrissa Gueye, but not this time. Cleared away, and now St. John's get to counter-attack? I don't think so. Cleared away into the hands of Navas, but I feel like the problem so far in this game for Xavier has just been they're just overthinking the passes. They're not really, it's just decision-making. I've said this quite a few times with these teams that are in this table, but here we go. Sarabia coming forward. Neymar Jr. on the ball. Can he find a shot? Kimpembe with a block, but he's under a lot of pressure as well. Lenglet clears it away. Good tackle. Pogba, and now they get to come up the other end, potentially, St. John's.
And that's huge. You can kind of see every time St. John's, that defense is always just covering up Mbappe. Yes, Paris Saint-Germain, they have so many weapons, so many options on that attacking line, but it almost seems like the Xavier player, he is depending on that Mbappe little counter. And there we see it. Now, finally, he has to go all the way up to the heavens. He has to leap to actually get himself a massive goal. And again, I didn't know Mbappe had hops like that, but the one play where he's uncovered, the one play where he has to fight for the ball, he's going to be able to get a goal. And again, just going back to that point, almost every time that we've seen an attack for Xavier, always passing it back to Mbappe at that point, just looking for that final strike, haven't been able to find it, but finally, first opportunity, they get a goal out of it. Scores within one.
Well, potentially he should have had 2 goals already. Well, obviously
Absolutely.
2 goals now because he missed the first one. But there might be a chance here for Mbappe. Marquinhos, an absolute beast at the back. But yeah, you don't very... Oh, here might be a chance though. Di Maria coming down the wing. They've got numbers forward. Look at the man out wide on the left. He plays it out wide for Neymar Jr. Has he got the skills? Has he got the pace? He's taken the touch. Pass back to Sarabia, but it's a massive touch. Varane will take it away, but like I said, it's the first chance the first decent chance they've got from a cross of all things, they did manage to put it in the back of the net. And, St. John's are going to want to keep their 2-goal lead, so they're going to come on the attack here.
All right, a little bit of a fake. Tapping it back, still passing around. Very simple passing too, nothing crazy. N'Golo Kante, back to Paul Pogba. Ousmane Dembele looking for a huge pass in the middle. Ben Yedder only has the keeper to beat, but he saves and it goes wide for a throw-in. Ousmane Dembele still has the throw-in ready and raring to go, but wow, what an opportunity for St. John's.
Threaded the needle with that pass. Well and truly, that was a 1 in a million pass. Really nice stuff from Kante. But here we go. Mbappe, great tackle from Marquinhos again. Pogba on the ball, gives it back to Kante. And if they can find another one of those miracle passes, they might be able to get their 2-goal lead back. But a little bit of elastico from Paul Pogba. He loves his skills, but Verratti's finally going to take it away. Now Xavier might be able to counter-attack here with Neymar coming forward. Sarabia, can they find Mbappe? They can. Has Varane got the pace to get to him? Unfortunately for Xavier, he definitely has. And it will be cleared away up the other end of the field.
20 minutes left on the clock. Yet another counterattack now for St. John's. Mbappe back to Ben Yedder. Yet another attack developing. Ousmane Dembele. Nice little chip cross in. And a strike from Ben Yedder. What a save from Keylor Navas. Xavier once again saved by the skin of their teeth. And they are not done in this game. Again, we've seen some pretty good games thus far this season. But if Xavier can just pull off one more goal and actually knock what has been a very immortal squad, man, what a result that would be. But they still need that one goal to really take them into extra time. Hernandez back. Antoine Griezmann. They really need to slow it down. If they just want to play possession for the rest of the game and just confirm out the dub, that would work. But one more goal, nails in the coffin. Pogba. N'Golo Kante, stopped by Verratti. He still has control. St. John's looking for another one now, George.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and break down the defence, and it looks like they might have done it here. Ben Yedder with the LB fake shot. Can he find the shot? Wow. He can! Hits the post again! This Ben Yedder's hit the post twice in this game. Absolutely unreal, but here comes Di Maria. Gives it to Mbappe. Out wide, Sarabia. Neymar Jr. has... But they're going at 1,000,000 miles per hour when they can only really go at like 50 at max. They're going too fast for their own legs. I don't understand, honestly. Xavier just need to slow it down, take their time, think where the passes are going to open up, and Here we go, and here we go. St. John's just showing us how it's done with the passing, but Sarabia with a pass out wide, but now he's got Mbappe running through the middle, chooses not to play it.
Great.
And it's just really, really good football, good vision from St. John. Also, I will say, though, Xavier are defending really well. Their tackles this game have been absolutely fantastic. They're just struggling to break down the defence of St. John's.
My God, these passes.
Yeah.
For a solid 5 minutes there, no team could get on a pass, whether they're off target or just great defending in general. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. They break down the defense. St. John's puts the nail in the coffin. They are going to extend to a 5-0 record on the season, claiming themselves as the immortals of this league. And again, that goal, you couldn't get it any easier.
Yeah, passed across goal, but it wasn't really about the finish or the pass to assist the goal. But here we go, Mbappe. It's a great bit of skill. Varane will make the tackle in the end, but it's not gonna be a foul. But talking about the goal, it wasn't really about the pass or the actual goal. I don't even think I'm gonna have a chance to do it, because here comes Griezmann again. He's on his right foot. Can he get the shot off? Good save from Navas. He kind of ran it a bit too wide, but it was more about the play that broke down the defence and managed to get them to that position. It was absolutely beautiful, and it's just showing why St. John's are at the top of the table, why they've got 4 wins, 0 losses in the league so far. And unfortunately, Xavier aren't going to be able to be the team that topples them. But the question is, who will be? Because surely they've got to lose eventually.
Surely someone, but certainly not today. They survive another week. They are immortal in our league. The score ends 3-1 going towards the side of St. John's. Massive game for them. And, well, now, George, we just get an opportunity to really talk about what was that game? What was the dynamic that really gave St. John's that W? Because you could kind of tell that they were a little bit more mechanically there in terms of just pure development, pure passing. But I feel as if Xavier was just missing that one piece of the puzzle. Literally what I said word by word before this broadcast even started.
Yeah, pretty much. It is literally one piece of the puzzle. It's the decision making. It is just the basic foundation of decision making. They've got the ball in the midfield, they've got players running out wide, and they make a quick rush pass, or they just hold on to it a little bit too long. It's literally just tiny bit of decision making that they're obviously missing out on, and it's difficult to watch, but it's something that you can coach, you can teach. So I definitely think this Xavier team can bounce back and, maybe be a dark horse in the run to the end of the tournament. Obviously, as we know, it's a very long tournament. There's plenty of time for them to come back. But St. John's University, they're looking like the complete package right now. Truly. They're looking like the complete package. Fantastic shooting, passing. Obviously, there are things that can be tweaked and little things here and there, because every team could improve. But honestly, St. John's University looked absolutely fantastic in this one.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on into our next game. If I'm not mistaken, it is Manhattan facing against Fairfield University. They're yet another immortal team. They haven't lost thus far this season. I think they have a forfeit as their only L, but they haven't conceded a singular goal thus far this season. So this team is certainly on fire, but right behind them is a team that has solidified themselves within the mid-table. Within the top 4, it is none other than Fairfield University. You guys don't want to miss it. We'll be back in just a few moments.
What's up east side? Heard about me, it's all lies. If you want good, change your mind, yeah. Don't want to intimidate, but more than just conversate. Don't want it to be too late, yeah. Know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite. You've been getting on my good side, and it's something that I can't hide, yeah. When I'm with you, I'm tongue-tied. I know you're not that dramatic, but I'm out of you, I'm an addict. I can't get enough, and I know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite. Before the party's over, won't you come a little closer, closer? We're looking at each other, feeling your boat was sober. Won't you come a little closer, closer? Know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite.
Let me think for a second now. Catch my breath. Yeah, I gotta slow down. Cause when you're near, everything that I planned just goes away. We said that we were gonna take it slow, move carefully and give it time to grow. We said that we
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. How you guys doing? We missed you. Welcome on back. We have ourselves Manhattan College facing off against Fairfield University to keep our stream going here for EGFC FIFA season number 2. It's going to be a good game. How about you, George? You've seen these teams a lot more than me, purely because I've had a little bit of a break. Can you give me a little bit of a rundown? Because Manhattan apparently has gone huge.
Manhattan are on fire, and Fairfield have looked not great since week 1 or week 2. So we'll see if Fairfield can pick up their form. But yeah, Manhattan obviously they've demolished all the competition so far. So we'll see if they can continue this hot streak of form. But we shall see. Fairfield, they're a good team, but obviously, I lost last week. We'll see if they can do any better in the upcoming weeks. But we have a little bit of lag with the in-game.
Right.
Obviously, with the removal of share play, it does make it quite hard for us. But we will try our hardest.
It looks fine, right? It looks like it's literally
looks fine to me.
It's just this. It's just the game connection. It's not exactly the stream, because you see the text going down in the bottom. It looks fine on that.
The players aren't moving though. I think that's the problem.
Oh man.
Dear.
Yeah, it might be the host's internet.
Yeah, I think maybe they'll have to remake the lobby or something like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Either way, not great.
No, not a great
But
start.
yeah, obviously,
I'll take it back to cameras just to just to see what happens. But yeah, obviously it's this situation where Manhattan, they've been on a pretty crazy streak, it seems, because like I mentioned, the only L that they've taken, if I'm not mistaken, is a forfeit loss, and since then they've been literally perfect. I mentioned a team that could have been like immortal, like sure, you have yourself St. John's, that yes, they have won every game, but they've conceded the goals. This team literally has a brick wall for a defense.
I mean, I don't want to break your immortal bubble or anything like that, but they lost 2-1 to Niagara last week.
Okay.
It was a game.
I'm looking at the wrong team.
For a later date.
I was thinking about Marquette.
Whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie daisy. I'll let you talk about the teams then, because it's
fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fun. It's one of those things. It happens. Stuff happens. It's all good. But seriously, this game, obviously Manhattan, Fairfield, should be a good game. Manhattan, 3-1 at the moment. They lost last week, but other than that, they'd won all of their games so far. Fairfield 2-2, looking fairly good. They won 4-0 against Niagara a couple of weeks ago. They unfortunately lost 6-2 to St. John's, but that is St. John's we're talking about. They are a beast. They are a massive team.
Right.
But yeah, we should see. I reckon we're in for a tight game. I think we're in for a tight game here. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I'm, if anything, I'm just looking forward to seeing what exactly the dynamics are with these two teams anyways, because you mentioned that Fairfield, I mean, they had a good time in the first 2 weeks, and I was also able to spectate those games, but since then, they've slowed down. I want to know exactly why they've slowed down. Is there anything mechanically that they're missing? Were they just facing, weaker opponents in a sense? So this game should be a good one, not only just for myself, but for you viewers at home, because this is something that would establish more of our standings. Now that we have a little bit of a moment to talk, let's actually look at the standings. These aren't updated, from our last game, but we can at least take a little sneak peek on what's going on. So what I said earlier, of course, Marquette, they were the ones that are immortal at the moment with the forfeit loss. They're the ones that have the 11-goal differential at the moment. But, of course, you're looking at two teams that are right next to each other in the standings by a pretty thin margin, if you want to count at least what is stats over points. But you mentioned that Manhattan might have their business all together in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking good. They are looking good. Fairfield, obviously, they've lost 2, they've won 2, but yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games where we are very early into the season, so it's still very difficult to tell who are the front runners. Obviously, St. John's are the front runners. We know that for sure. But you look at Fairfield, Niagara, even Xavier. Xavier, like we said, only one piece of the puzzle away from being potentially one of the top sides in the tournament. We're going to have to wait a few more weeks before we can really say for certain, which teams are the best teams and which teams, have a lot to improve on. But right now, obviously, St. John's at the top. Marquette and Manhattan are looking good, and I think Fairfield. I don't know. It's a close one between Fairfield and Niagara. Obviously, going literally down the standings, saying these teams are good, these teams are good. But seriously, St. John's do look very good. Marquette and Manhattan, deservedly where they are at the moment. I would say Xavier are the one to keep an eye on, though. Definitely for sure.
Yeah, I mean, especially that last game, it gave us like a good taste, right, of what they're really all about. Because it seems as if they have at least a very good attacking side. They know what they're doing. You could tell when you see like a FIFA player and they're just playing in an online setting, just like in a pickup game setting. Like they know what they're doing in terms of FIFA skills. It almost seems like they just have to work on maybe one or two things mechanically. It's not exactly their tactics, not exactly the team composition, but it really just comes down to what they're going to do situationally. And it just seems like the passing is the real issue. Their development, the tempo, really, that's the big thing. They really have to slow down that tempo. It's really too fast for their own good. But again, we digress. We have another game coming up in just a little bit. The teams are, I think, reconnecting at the moment, and we're trying to reestablish a feed with the players. So we're going to take yet another very quick break. We do apologize for yet another one, but you'll be able to see our pretty faces in just a little bit in this amazing game between Manhattan College and Fairfield University in just a little bit. We'll be right back.
Got a feeling it burns in my chest. It's growing larger with every breath I take. When I fight it, I hide it, it takes me down. Yeah, I know we created a mess. It's growing bigger with every choice we make. Yeah, we're here, we keep coming around. The more it itches, the higher we go, the harder we fall in and out of love.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. It is Manhattan facing off against Fairfield. This is a huge, huge game, considering the fact that these two teams are really looking for what would be stability at the top of the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's difficult going into this game because they're both very, I would say, they're the middle of the pack runners so far. It's going to be a difficult whether to say which one's going to win or lose. But here we go.
Oh, man.
Belly very early on.
Wow.
That's a very early chance. What a save from Edison. Oh, my word. Honestly, the headers are coming in thick and fast today. Might get another one here from the near post. Not this time, but what a save from Edison.
Yes, and it also does seem like our teams should be flipped at the moment. Fairfield is on your left, Manhattan on your right. So, of course, Manchester City making their way in. Rodri gets held back. Oh, boy. If that bump didn't happen, he would have had a straight shot, just 1v1 against Hugo Lloris. But it's not going to happen. Wow. 7 minutes in. So much action already.
Yeah, a lot of action, obviously. Being pulled back in FIFA 21, you could say that might have been a foul, but not this time.
Right.
Nice little lofted pass out wide. Walker will get there to intercept, and obviously Man City, very decent team to use on FIFA, but the striker for Man City, the one of the main players we talk about, Kun Aguero, he's getting a little bit old. So as the years go by on FIFA, he is starting to become worse and worse to use, and obviously Man City getting used less and less. They've got Gabriel Jesus to replace him, or Jesus. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to tell me how to pronounce it correctly.
It would be Jesus, but of course Jesus. you don't need to. It's a very light G. It's like you're almost combining an SH with a J instead. So Jesus, but it's all good. It's all good.
Thank you very much for the literature lessons.
That's the only reason why I'm here, right? For the Portuguese speaking crowd, if they even exist.
There you go. Exactly. Lofted ball over the top again. Looking for those a few times now, but neither of them have worked as of yet. Mara's coming down the wing, looking for a pass into the middle. It's Kevin De Bruyne. We know how capable he is of breaking down the defence. Looks for the cut back inside fake, but he's somehow managed to get the ball again. And if that was not for that little tiny block from the France defence, that definitely would have been a goal. And as you can see, we've now got the teams turned around. Mm-hmm. Fairfield is France, and it's going to be Manhattan as Man City. But here's a chance. The shot comes out. Edison with a decent save again. You know, it didn't really have too much power on it, but it will go out for a corner. Another chance now. Whipped in by Griezmann towards the back post area. Kante on it. Is he going to take the shot on? He's going to take it on. But he's running through into the area. Edison comes out, collects the ball once again. Edison's on fire so far in this first half.
Oh, absolutely. You have, what has it been? 2 1v1 saves already? 2 1v1 wins just for Ederson alone. So, okay. Very strong start from Fairfield. I mean, considering the fact that they seem to have a knack just for breaking down this defense, it's good to watch. It's a good taste, but we haven't seen exactly nothing too crazy yet. Good lofted passes, good passing period from both of these teams. Good clean FIFA, and oh man, speaking of clean, the rollover, and oh man, Hugo putting his head right towards the foot of Raheem Sterling, and he doesn't care. That ball goes wide, and it's still tied 0-0.
Went for the cross into the box. Could have maybe played the ground pass. I'm not sure. I think a player might have been covering it. But either way, Sterling with that acrobatical effort almost went in. But here might be another chance coming straight down the other end of the field. Kingsley Coman plays it into the area. And out comes Edison to collect it. It's been very much the Edison show so far for Man City in defence. Just coming out, collecting the ball. But here we go. Kingsley Coman again. Gives it, but no one is going to be home. This France side, they're just not able to find the attacking prowess that we know they have. Fantastic pass for Mahrez to run onto. He's got the skill, but has he got something to work it into the area? Good pass to Aguero. Lovely, coming short. But the pass was a bit too far. Kante cuts it out.
Wow.
And it's another straight pass down the other end. We're not going to be able to stop here. Here comes Mbappe, maybe with a chance to shoot. Great block from Stones. Won't be able to stop it from going out for a corner, though. And here's one more chance for France.
There's yet another one beamed down into the box, but deflected away, controlled by Raheem Sterling, and this counterattack doesn't have too many options to it. They really need to slow it down, but they're still going to go back and forth to Sterling. Sterling, back towards the middle to Aguero. Aguero, a little bit slower, couldn't exactly accelerate, so that's going to be Pavard right on it. Coman, that was a weird one, booting it back, and, well, he's going to get covered up, but still an attack coming in for Fairfield. Coman, looking for a cross, but instead, okay, the Elastico taking it back, but nothing to it. Oh, so many just empty chances, empty pressure as we're just getting closer and closer to what would be that coveted first shake of the nets. But with just a couple of minutes left in the half, still yet another counterattack for Fairfield. Back and forth and a beamer towards the goal. But Ederson knocks it on away. It goes wide. It's a corner.
Whipped into the area by Griezmann. Ederson will come out once again. That shot was fairly easy for Ederson. You know, shots from outside the box on FIFA 20, very, very hard to score unless you're going like for a finesse at an angle or something like that. But obviously, great save nonetheless from the Brazilian goalkeeper. Here we go. Kun Aguero coming forward. Maybe can look to do some skill, but as I said previously, not the best striker in FIFA anymore. Unfortunately, he's definitely got on the worst side of age on his side. But Mahrez will lose out on the ball. Kingsley Coman wins it back. Mahrez will win it back again, but then Coman will win it back once again. Beautiful little rainbow flick from Kingsley Coman as he looks to come forward. Rodri says, I don't care what skills you're doing, mate. I'm just going to take the ball off of you. And so far, it has been a very close affair. I'm surprised we haven't broken the deadlock yet, though, to say the least. No,
nothing yet. But last-minute opportunity. Stoppage time has already flown by. Fernandinho back to Sterling. Last chance of the half and... Gonna boot it! From almost half field, and that was going wide too. So okay, just a last second desperation opportunity. Could have passed it in a little bit more. I think the referee would have been at least a little bit lenient. But that is indeed our half. 0-0, but it's as close as you can get, at least from what was the action. But look at the stats on paper. Fairfield's looking good.
Yeah, they are looking really good actually. They're having a good game, some decent shots. But Ederson has just been denying them at every angle. He's been making save after save after save. But I guess we could put that down at the same time to the France attack or Fairfield's attack. Just not doing enough, really, to put the ball into a decent area to score. But here we go. Second half underway. I'm sure we will break the deadlock. I'm sure we won't go 90 minutes without a goal. Very rare for that to happen in FIFA. But we shall see what these two teams have in store for us in this second half.
So yes, sir. And again, there are no ties. We go straight to extra time if absolutely needed. But, well, just going to have to see if that goes down because, I mean, I'm going to kind of express that same sentiment that you had. I seriously doubt that we're not going to see a goal in this 90-minute period. But, well, okay, this is a good change of pace. Passing back and forth in the back lines from Manhattan. Now, Kun Aguero, he's getting hounded, but still finds a way to get the pass back. It gets reset, but ball was controlled for just a second there by the defense. And the ball gets called back right outside the box. Huge free kick, but it's going to be passed right into Aguero. Back to Bernardo Silva, beamed in, but that's an easy save for Hugo Lloris. Still tied 0-0 as it's booted downfield.
Acrobatical save from Hugo Lloris. Probably
a little bit extra
for the cameras. Yeah, exactly. Definitely did that for the cameras. Wanted to go on the back page.
Whoa.
I don't know if you have a back page, but here we go. Kevin De Bruyne with a shot. Stung the hands of Lloris. Yeah, I don't know if you've got the back page in America, but over in the UK, that's where all the sports stuff goes.
Right.
Onto the back page of the newspaper.
Yeah, certain newspapers still maintain that sports section on the back page, but well, we would mainly mark that up as like a Wheaties box type moment, right? With the there's a real MVP of a season, something of the sort. They put like an acrobatic shot of them on the front of a cereal box, but we haven't we haven't seen any heroics like that in our season just yet. Hopefully we can establish someone like that, but hey, ladies and gentlemen, has been a little bit slow now for the past 5 minutes as we are just developing. Once again, it's just that empty pressure, but this attack is for real. Ousmane Dembele coming out from the right wing. Huge boot down to the other side of the box, but not going to be able to control it. Still, yet another counterattack being developed now by Manhattan.
Yeah, it was a decent bit of play. Obviously, heading on FIFA isn't great this year, so it is very much when you see the ball come into the box, you're kind of expecting the worst. But there is some good build-up play here so far from Fairfield. It will be thwarted in the end, though, from Manhattan, and they can look to go on attack of their own. Here comes Raheem Sterling. And right now it is very much they're both running into each other in the defense and seeing if they can run through each other. I'd like to see them slow it down a bit, like pass the ball around, see if they can break down the defense. I have seen Manhattan doing a little bit of that, but we'll see if they can do a bit more. Obviously later on in the field, later on in the game.
Right.
We'll go out for a throw-in in the end, though.
Right. Not much jockeying, of course. I think we're really seeing what is this defense. Just kind of running right into these players from the Fairfield side. It's working in most cases purely because of how fast Manhattan is actually going on these counterattacks. But wow, that is some huge miscommunication. And now Kun Aguero has an opportunity, but it's immediately thwarted again. But now it's back in the feet of Mahrez, and once again it's shut down. Counterattack, but there's no one upfield. There's only a singular player that would have had to make his way through an absolute maze. And okay, this is starting to get a little bit scrappy. Yet another opportunity. Antoine Griezmann up in the right wing, passes it right on back to Dembele, but that's offsides.
Yeah. Once again, it's just either taken too long or not going fast enough. I know it's really like cliche, I guess, to say, you're either going too fast or too slow, but it really is at the moment just decision making. Just slow the play down, wait for the holes to open. You can see they're coming forward to press really high. You've just got to wait for them to pull the defense out, pass it around them, the gaps will open up, wait for Mbappe to get him behind, and then you're as good as gold, with to get a goal there, really, to be honest. But here we go, Coman coming forward. There is a running behind from Griezmann. Chooses not to play it once again. I don't know if they didn't think that Griezmann had the pace. I'm not too sure, but needs to be playing those passes. Here we go. Mahrez looking for the ball into the box. It's beautiful. Lloris, the hero, once again. Fantastic save from the French goalkeeper. Bernardo Silva looking for the pass. Raphael Varane cuts it out once again. And now maybe Fairfield can look to attack on their own terms. No, cut out by Fernandinho.
Oh no, Fernandinho has an opportunity up the middle again. He's just been targeting Aguero back to back on these opportunities. These counterattacks, but, well, okay, now you have what is now a line of white for France, making their way up. Coman trying to pass it back to Griezmann, who's at point at box, but he's smothered up once again. 10 minutes left on the clock. Again, we doubted that we would see a 0-0 tie, but the potential is there, but still a little bit more FIFA to be played. Paul Pogba, back to Mbappe. He's smothered again, and yet another counterattack coming in for what is now Manhattan. No.
Really good defending from Lenglet, but Aguero, relentless, will come to retrieve the ball back once again. Good pass down the wing for Sterling to run onto. Raphael Varane has the pace, though. He's got all those grounds covered. He's got such a tremendous amount of pace. Pogba gives it to Dembele, looks for Griezmann. I feel like now's the time to get some subs on, definitely, for the for Fairfield. Get some French team subs on.
Right.
Pavard, good tackle once again. It's very much just tackle after tackle from these teams. But here, this could be a good chance. Coman's making the run out wide, but he can't quite find him. Mbappe's on the ball. Why the massive touch? It's difficult. It's like I'm gonna calm down. It's just a tiny bit frustrating when they've got such a good opportunity and the massive touch takes it away from them. Good interception though from Hernandez there, and it looks like we are gonna go in at 0-0 and have to go to golden goal. It would seem.
But wait a minute. Still have the stoppage time. That would have definitely been a foul in FIFA 21. But hey, we move on. Griezmann down to Mbappe. Last opportunity of the game, but yet another massive touch is going to give it right away to the defense. And again, I'm going to agree with your sentiment. Stop. You don't exactly need to be going fast and furious Tokyo drift style towards the front end of the field. But ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. We have extra time here.
We do indeed. We are going to be going to, not extra time, golden goal. You can't do extra time.
It's golden goal.
Yeah, you can't do extra time on friendlies. You have to go.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you have to go. We go to golden goal. And so whoever scores the first goal wins. They'll remake the match and then we'll get straight into it. But, why the massive touch? You've got Mbappe, one of the best players in the game. Close control dribbling, fantastic skill moves. Give it a ball roll, give it a cheeky ball roll, cut in behind. Just utilize those skills, utilize that dribbling and that pace. You don't need to go for the massive touch. Let Varane get in between you and the ball, because that's the problem at the moment. They're just letting the defenders get in between them and the ball so easily. I don't know, Gus.
It's
I'm
tough.
I'm getting a bit frustrated with some of these players. I'm seeing the opportunities open up, and unfortunately the players aren't seeing them. But maybe they will in golden goal, because we've got to have a winner at some point.
Right, absolutely. So we are gonna have that rematch back, and like you mentioned, it's golden goal. I didn't know that this was really the year the era of the 2000s where everything was golden goal. But I guess we do move on. So
it's a flashback.
These games, right? These games have really been they've been mostly of the same theme in terms of mechanics, where it's just, I think, going too fast for their own good. I mean, we saw what was flares from, I think it was the Manhattan side, where they do have a lot of really good control over towards the midfield side, that they really do want to control that tempo. But when you talk about Fairfield booting it downfield, they do have a lot of bodies towards that front end again, almost always having at least 2 or 3 going towards the box when they actually have an opportunity. But we need more of those, especially at the very end. It just comes down to that clutch factor, George, in a sense. And, we're just going to have to see that showcase once again in extra time, because they're going to need all of it. That defense that seemed like a brick wall, it's going to have to be solidified with some mortar. And, it'll be fun.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely. Obviously, golden goal, it takes a certain kind of player, a certain kind of, aggressiveness. It's definitely, you've got to make every chance count. You've got to be decisive. You can't give the second thoughts a chance to creep in. You've just got to, if you see a pass, you've got to take it. If you see a tackle, you've got to make it. So we'll see if they can do it. But who knows? Maybe it could just go straight to second golden goal, or maybe third golden goal. Maybe who knows? I don't know. I don't know what happens at that point. Do we call it a draw, or do we go to second golden goal?
Probably second golden goal. We might be here for a very long time. George, we're heading right into what is now the golden goal stage of things. 1 goal separates the 2 teams. We already have an attack brewing, but it already gets shut down. We saw a lot of that, a very lot of that, right outside the box. All of these plays just getting thwarted and stopped. It's going to be some cheese like that, though, if Mahrez was able to control it off of that deflection. But already back, yet another counterattack being developed by Manhattan. Stopped in the mid once again. Pogba to Mbappe. He's in a lot of traffic. Certainly going to get stopped.
Oh, it's beautiful, though, from Mbappe. That's really well told onto the ball. And that's one thing I do want to see them do more, though, is get the ball to Mbappe, use his dribbling. You don't need to smash the ball forward and just think about his pace. You've got to think about his dribbling, his shooting as well. And there might be a chance here coming forward for Manhattan. It's going to be De Bruyne. Gives the ball to Aguero. He has got Mahrez running out wide. It's a good pass. There is a lot of defenders in between him and the goal, though. Varane cuts it out. And that's the thing about these 2v2s. It makes it so hard to get chances to defend. But here we go. Ousmane Dembele here for Fairfield. Can he find the opportunity? It's a great bit of skill. The shot comes out. The goalkeeper, Fernandinho, clears off the line. What is that? Oh, my word. That is some beautiful, beautiful defending. Somehow Manhattan's still in this game. Fairfield could have been absolutely gutted. Cleared away at last. What was that clearance off the line? That's play of the week. We aren't doing goal of the week. We're doing play of the week now.
Wow. Fernandinho, the hero. Who would have thunk it right on the line? The last line of defense as it goes right by the keeper. And if Manhattan wins this game, my God, will that play be massive? It comes to De Bruyne. Back to Aguero. Oh, wow. Okay, Varane had a little bit of a tough time actually getting that ball out, but does end up doing so. Let's quiet down, George. Let's take a little bit of a sigh of relief, because man, this whole game could have been done right then and there.
I mean, it probably should have been.
It should have. It definitely should have.
It was an open goal. The keeper made the save. It deflected back. Bernardo Silva now on the ball. Looks for De Bruyne. And once again, defended well by Hernandez, and it's maybe a chance here now. It's a great little back heel. De Bruyne! Lloris with an easy enough save. It was a decent shot, but, obviously he stretches out wide enough, and it's going to be a corner. Goes short to De Bruyne. Can they find the pass into the middle? It's Aguero, cut out by Pavard this time. And now this is the counter-attack we want to see. No. No counter-attack today.
Right, shut down early by Raheem Sterling, but they do get the ball back finally. A couple of players trying to make their way in. They really need to slow things down to see if they can get a couple of players on the run. All right, Kingsley Coman back to Hernandez. Hernandez slowing it down again, just trying to get as many bodies towards that box as possible. But even then, just that first step, actually getting the ball towards that box, it doesn't exactly work out in their favor. Ball is still back. Goal Conte.
Just trying to force it too much. This is just a lot of forcing the ball. But here we go. Griezmann with a chance. It was a good pass from Pogba. Deflected a little bit. Mendy will get it away. But yeah, they've got the ball in the midfield with a player like Kante or Pogba. You can play it around the box. You don't really need to force it. But here we go. Aguero on the ball. The ball roll's starting to come into play. Langlet will almost lose the ball once again, but does get it clear this time. Right, here we go. Kante gives it to Dembele, to Griezmann, and in comes Fernandinho and just takes the ball away from him. I guess it's the hard part of 2v2. You've got to completely rethink your game. Obviously, 1v1, the AI is going to be coming and you can maybe outthink the AI. But when it's another player doing it, a real player, it's much, much harder. Lloris with an awkward clearance. Might get the ball there. Aguero cleared away in the end from Varane. Rodri will win it. Gives it to Aguero from Sterling. To De Bruyne. Mahrez now. This is a really good run for De Bruyne. That's a penalty! That's a penalty! The real question is there going to be a miracle save down the other end of the field?
Unreal. So it comes down to this.
Take this one.
Kun Aguero. Of course he has to step up. One goal does it. It's golden goal. Where is he going to slot it? Is he going to go for the cheese? Knock it right down the middle with a Panenka. Let's see it! Right down the middle, and he does! The Panenka! The cheekiness to win the game for Manhattan. Fairfield so close, and again, a little bit of salt on the wound with the dab. And that's the game done and dusted. Man, Manhattan College.
Well, I'm going to throw it back. Manhattan, they had a penalty in one of their previous games. And what did they go for? The Panenka down the middle. I'm not going to say that it's obvious, but I'm just going to say if you ever concede a penalty against Manhattan, I'm just gonna say go down the middle.
It's a trend.
Because
it's a trend.
It is a trend. It is trending. But there you go. Manhattan are the winner of this one. They're probably the team that would be forecasted. But I think Fairfield did really well to take them all the way to golden goal and keep it goalless up until that point. But fantastic game in the end. But the salt in the wounds with the old dab. I don't know how I feel about that.
It is what it is. I think that's just FIFA culture in general. You got to go for it. But Fairfield, what a fight that they pulled it up. I mean, that could have been anyone's game, and that's kind of exacerbated by our table that, again, we're going to take a look at. But again, it hasn't been updated, but you can kind of see why exactly we went down so close. These two teams are right up next to each other, and if Fairfield ended up winning this game, they would have been even closer. They would have tied up at that 3-2 scoreline, but, well, unfortunately, or fortunately, if you're a fan of the Jaspers, we're going to have Manhattan solidifying themselves in that top 3 spot in this table, but 2 of the 2-2 teams have gone down today. They're going to be going down to a losing record, but there's still one more hope there, and that is Niagara. But we're, again, I think we're going to see the Niagara game. I think there's one game that was canceled. Don't really know if it was Marquette University versus Niagara or it was St. Peter's versus William and Mary.
It was St. Peter, William and Mary. Unfortunately, but I will say, St. Peter's were the team to forfeit. So William and Mary, although it's a forfeit, they've finally got their first win of the season. Big congratulations! I guess you got to take it with a pinch of salt, haven't you? Really, but
right. But these were the 2 teams that were 0-4. So it was It really came down.
It was going to be a tight game.
That would have been great to watch.
It would have been a fantastic game. I'm really upset, honestly, that it got cancelled and St. Peter's forfeit. But it is what it is. It could have been a great game, but there you go.
Yeah, we We are going to be moving on. One last game for us today, and it's a big one. Marquette University facing off against 2-2 Niagara University. And again, this one is also big because we've had 3 teams going into today with a 2-2 record, and 2 of them have already gone down. Can the third one do the exact same? Like I mentioned before, Marquette, they haven't conceded a singular goal thus yet in this season, so it will be quite the challenge for this Niagara squad. But let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with our last game of the night, Marquette versus Niagara.
Together. Together.
Holding tight while it lasted. I thought that we were forever. I didn't know any better. Took a second chance, trusted you again. I feel shattered. Broken strings, cause you play me like a violin. Shame on me for all your 7 deadly sins. Had it all, but you craved attention. Drowning in your own reflection. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past. Wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. My name is Upman, joined here by George. We have ourselves the last game of the night, which is Marquette University facing off against Niagara University. It'll be a good one. It's a 2-2 team facing off against a team that has, they haven't lost a game. They do have a forfeit loss, but I've claimed them as immortal. They haven't conceded a singular goal thus yet in this season. I think one issue that we have at the moment is that we're switching up trainer settings, but this one's a good one. Liverpool versus Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, just the quality that we're going to see on our screens. That in itself is going to be a good one.
Yeah, Liverpool, obviously, fantastic team on FIFA. Fantastic defense, fantastic attack. Then you got Paris, fantastic attack, fantastic defense. What more could you want? It's going to be a great game, hopefully. We shall see, but getting straight into game, and hopefully, you know, we can see some decent goals. But it's going to be Niagara as the Liverpool, and it is.
Whoa, that's a foul.
Oof,
Jeez.
that's a bad tackle. That is a really bad tackle.
No
You
card
can't
though.
you don't be getting away with those in real life, I will say. But
No.
here we go. There's a decent chance for Di Maria. I don't think they're going to go short with the pass, but
No
here we
options.
go.
They
Di
have to go
Maria's
for it.
hovering over it. It goes for the little dink. Salah will clear it away. That's the problem. You put the player on the line, it's virtually impossible to score the free kick. That's why you see so many players play the short pass. Bernat making a great run, whips it into the middle. It's a great cross. Great header, but Alisson will make the save. You know, it's difficult with the crosses because they're so hard to score, especially when, you know, you haven't really got super tall strikers.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right when you got somebody like Ronaldo who's really tall. He can jump for miles, and you know he's such a good player. But Mbappe, he's not well renowned for his jumping.
No,
Probably.
I don't think so. Maybe on our stream he might be because he scored a banging header a little bit earlier on. But
He did. He's a beauty.
Yeah. Again, he had his hops on. He had the Jordans on, of course, provided by the actual Jordan company for the Paris Saint-Germain team. But I digress. We do have a counterattack coming in. Trent Alexander-Arnold threading the needle. Sadio Mane barely pixels into the net, and that's going to be an opening goal for Niagara, a team that hasn't conceded at all this season, concedes within the first 15 minutes, and Niagara have a lead.
Well, you've been talking about how they're immortal and how they're gods. Well, gods can bleed. They've scored the goal. Niagara going 1-0 up. Fantastic stuff. You don't see many goals like that on FIFA. You know, the low-driven cross from Alexander-Arnold to the near post, and then he doesn't even put any power on it. He literally just guides it. He just puts it on the correct path. Goalkeeper didn't have a chance. Fantastic placement, and the cross obviously had enough power on it to put it into the back of the net with just the guidance. So... but might be a chance here for Paris Saint-Germain to get a goal back. Neymar gives it back to Verratti, and this is what I like to see more of. Breaking down the opponent, passing it around. A little bit unlucky there that Wijnaldum was covering the run, but Henderson gives it to Mohamed Salah, and miles offside. Even Stevie Wonder could have seen that was offside, but either way, you know, that is it's just a misread, obviously, from Salah. But
did you know that there's a theory that Stevie Wonder isn't actually blind?
I actually have looked into this.
Right?
Yes.
It's weird. It's a weird rabbit hole, but I mean, you mentioned that, I'm like, you know, there is a chance. There's a slight
theory.
So he could have actually seen it. He could have actually
exactly.
But,
It's
all good.
Bobby Firmino almost got him behind. Oh, great little touch from Mane, but it was a great tackle. Got all the ball burn out there. Fantastic. But it's difficult because I don't know. In the new FIFA, that would have been a foul. Like that would have 1,000,000%.
They are so strict with fouls in FIFA 21, but it is what it is. We're playing FIFA 20 for this season thus far, but as we do move on with our play, a great cross, a great opportunity, but doesn't actually come up with anything. But corner kick now. Trent Alexander-Arnold lining up for it. Knocking in, and of course they have Van Dijk right on it, but he can't stretch. Doesn't get it onto the noggin. Now Mbappe has a big opportunity. Good little tap there to actually get his way forward. And now Ghana, all he has is green in front of him, and Alisson has to step up to the plate. No way! Bangs it off the crossbar, and it goes out. Marquette, a massive opportunity to tie up this game, but it gets thwarted. Now Neymar Jr. on the front lines, cross to Mbappe, and that's a goal. Are you serious that that's the one that they get in? Oh, Niagara.
Niagara, what are you doing? Oh, no. They've played the ball from the corner. They've played it short, and they've just sold their soul to the devil, really, haven't they? They've given the ball away, and they've created their own problem. Let's go back to the one before, because Idrissa Gueye, he missed it. He just completely missed it. Hit the bar in a one-on-one opportunity. Obviously, not the player that you really want, being a CDM, but great bit of skill from Julian Draxler there to get the better of. I think that was Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's going to be very difficult for Niagara now. It's going to be very difficult for them because just watching Paris Saint-Germain play, like break this team down, the passing is beautiful. Neymar goes to the shot, Mbappe gets it back. Virgil van Dijk there to clean up the mess, but they understand how to break down the defense, which is very key in this FIFA. You've got to know how to break down the drop back defense, because automatically the teams just drop back without you even telling them to do so. So it's just very difficult, and we'll see. We'll see if Niagara can get a goal back, but it's going to be very hard. Beautiful back heel from Mo Salah after the little roulette spin. Mbappe on the ball now. Lots of players in blue running forward. Fabinho with a great tackle. Fabinho obviously currently out injured, forcing Liverpool to play with under 21 centre backs. So very interesting stuff. We'll go out for a throw in for Paris.
Don't know what that was. I don't know if he. I don't know if the ball was actually tapped away or anything of the sort, but I think he may have misinputted there for a second there. But it's all good. Counterattack coming in now. For Marquette, Neymar Jr. somehow fighting away Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he does collect that ball back. A little slow now. Need a little bit more passing. We've been seeing far too many quick attacks, but maybe a quick attack is exactly what they need. Sadio Mane with another pass. He could have taken it a little bit closer to net, but okay. A little bit of a scorpion pass, but all right. I like the flair that we've seen thus far from this little Liverpool team. You mentioned the roulette. We see a scorpion. But
there's a lot of Brazilians, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, as the clock ticks by, we only have a very limited amount of opportunities. But Sadio Mane, a player that had such a beautiful goal in that exact same position, goes right towards the keeper.
What are you doing? They're going for the timed finishes, and he's timed it red 3 times now, and they've missed the shot solely because of that. I'm not flaming you, Niagara. Like, you're obviously very, very good players, but red timed finish is absolutely killing you here. Neymar Jr. coming forward with a shot, great save from Alisson, stings the palm of the hands. Here we go. The shot comes out, cleared away once again. Joe Gomez gets clear. It is half time, and honestly, Mane should have scored that.
Yeah.
He should have scored. If you didn't go for the timed finish, you would have scored. Yeah,
elaborate, because again, for those that don't know FIFA and time finishes, time finishes was a new mechanic for this game. So kind of elaborate on that.
So FIFA 19, they brought in something called time finishing. Right. It would reward the player as to if you shoot and you time the connection on the shot. So as the player runs up, you press the shoot button again just before he hits the ball, you'll get a green time finish. You can also get a red time finish, and it affects your shot accordingly, whether it's good or bad, based on whether you get green or red. If you get red or orange, your shot is going miles away. If you get green, it's going to go on target with a bit extra power. Last year it was very, very strong, and if you green time finish, it would probably go in 85% of the time. This year, it doesn't really matter. Nobody used it in FIFA 20 because it really didn't matter too much. But FIFA 21, it kind of is making a little bit of a comeback. But most players just turned it off. That's why it's kind of frustrating to see the red time finish, because it's more risk than it is reward, put it that way.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I certainly myself, I used to be all right at FIFA, but those terms are long gone. It's as if I'm retired. So seeing time finishes, that's just an extra mechanic that I seriously can't handle. I have to respect people that want to go for it, but it certainly didn't work out in their favor there. We do have to move on, though, as we do have a corner kick being lined up, and okay, a pretty good opportunity, but didn't actually have enough power on that header, so nothing too crazy, nothing of the sorts. Short time into the half already. We have a couple of strikes here and there, but we have to go back to what is that very neutral, passing-oriented type attack, but that pass somehow makes its way in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. That attempt does get thwarted, but a little bit of a type moment. You're seeing the development,
Monka,
George.
Monka, get your glasses out, get your monocle out, and scratch your beards, because obviously we're going to dissect it. But Trent Alexander-Arnold's playing really well in this game, because when he's defending, he's keeping Neymar Jr. in his pocket, and when he's going forward, he's just destroying Bernat. He's taking it past him every single time and looking to work it into the box. it does work both ways in this FIFA. Obviously, right wing backs, it's difficult because if you get counter attacked, it's going to be a problem. But here we go. Wijnaldum looks for Trent out wide. It's going to be offside. And like I said, obviously he's got Neymar in his pocket. If you, after this game, go to Trent Alexander-Arnold, ask him to empty his pockets, you're probably going to find his car keys, his wallet, maybe, I don't know, a picture of his daughter maybe, but you're also probably going to find Neymar Jr. sitting in there because, well, Neymar hasn't been on the pitch at all today. He has been absolutely dominated by Trent, but here we go. Mbappe somehow got the ball here. Di Maria coming forward. You can see Neymar lurking out wide. He needs to make that run. He really needs to make that run. Great bit of skill. Lovely little exit from Mbappe. Great shot. The rebound, and that's going to be the goal that they needed to take this one away. I think that's Di Maria. Great finish. It's going to be Julian Draxler of all players, the German centre attack and mid. And they're going to take the lead now, Marquette. Fantastic stuff on the break from Mbappe. He really made it work. He was the player that did everything. 2-1.
Yeah, Marquette's in what would be their presumed spot before this game would have been on paper, but yeah, a good fight, especially at that very end. I mean, really the only thing that they needed to do off of that save was just to tap in. So, hey, Draxler's not going to have a tough time doing that. But man, George, it's I'm almost shook that Niagara is putting up such a good fight, and they still have so many good opportunities. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the wing, knocks it on in, but what was that again? What are you doing? Again, he's going for the time finish. Hey, off of volley, you have to admit, off of what time finishes, off volleys, that would have been perfect. That would have been stellar. But you throw so much caution into the wind by using that tactic, and boy, oh boy, you do not see Mohamed Salah bottle a shot like that.
Well, it was on his left foot as well. That's why it's so much more frustrating. It was on his stronger foot. You're just putting so much on the risk. I couldn't time finish that like 90% of the time. I might be able to get it once in every like 5 or 6. Good tackle from Virgil. Can they get it clear though? Neymar is going to recycle it. Can he find the pass? Gives it to Munier. Munier's looking for options, and they're just breaking down the defence here. They're just testing and priming, poking and prodding, waiting for some holes to open up. And Mbappe's going to get the ball, looking for the skill. Virgil just needs to get it clear, but he will get it a good pass to Roberto Firmino. Plays it in the middle for Mane. Salah's making a great run. That is onside. That is surely onside. No. Unless I'm lagging to hell. Oh, great tackle from Marquinhos. It was onside, though, so it could have been a fantastic opportunity.
No, that was great. He was barely onside, by pixels even, so that was just a perfectly timed tack. But, oh, man, 15 minutes left. You have what is now Niagara looking for what is one last-ditch goal, tying things up, potentially going into golden goal. They just need that one little tap-in. Sadio Mane back to Firmino. They're still hovering around that box, and again, PSG still, they're going to be able to develop that defense, and especially in FIFA, when you have 2 or 3 players on you, you're not getting that out no matter what option you try to go for. But in comes yet another attack. Kimpembe, oh no, having a tough time actually knocking it away. Mo Salah, a little bit rough in terms of stamina, couldn't exactly get it on away, but a throw-in once again now for Niagara. Trying to find some sort of option. Jordan Henderson still does win it out.
Here we go, Bobby Firmino with the attempt from long range. Just a decent save from the goalkeeper. Can just watch it the whole way. Does need to obviously stop it from going in though. We'll go out for a corner. Alexander-Arnold inward whip. Neymar will clear it away, and it might go out for a throw-in. Joe Gomez might get there. Does need to be careful though. Mbappe obviously pressing fairly high up. I might have to message the Niagara players after this game and just say, lads, just turn the time finishing off. Just turn it off. You're causing your own problems again. Robertson cuts inside. He has got Neymar on him, but he does win a corner. He does well there, to be honest, to win a corner from that position. Alexander-Arnold going to be whipping it in once again. A inward whip, and I'm not too sure who that was on the floor. I think it's Sadio Mane. He'd be whipped in. Referee could have called for a penalty there, to be honest. It was whipped into him, and he was down on the deck. But here we go. This is a great chance for a counter-attack. Look at all these players coming forward.
Munir getting pressured out by Robertson. He's looking for some sort of pass. Can't find anything. He has to switch up the field.
Brilliant defending from Robertson. Really good jockeying. But here we go. Neymar. The pass is played in behind. It's Di Maria, not Neymar. Di Maria with a shot. Great save, though, from Alisson. Will be kept in, though, by Kylian Mbappe. And just took a little bit too long.
No
Go
subs.
for a goal kick.
No substitutions for this last win, too. I mean, you have to start thinking about that. If they want to go for one last attack, at least some sort of rejuvenated stamina, because you can tell by the end of these attacks, they're just all pooped. Even Draxler, I mean, unbelievable if Draxler was actually able to get himself a brace, but it simply doesn't happen. But now yet another development, and we're going right into stoppage time with it. Get shut down early. Ghana, back to Di Maria. They just have to hold that on time. Julian Draxler, waiting up again. Pass right into Neymar. Another pass tapped by Allison. Last chance. They have to win out this header. They do. They win it out. Let's see what happens now. Sadio Mane has to get the pass in. He just control, but can't get enough of it. Can't get the pass in. And Marquette, they have to scratch and claw at the very end of the game to snag the W, but they're going to maintain themselves in a top 2 territory in this league. But Niagara, how many chances did they lose out in that game?
What a banger, though. What a banger of a match. What an absolutely great match between the two sides. But obviously, like you said, Niagara, you really should have... Honestly, they should have won that game. There were so many opportunities that were just missed because of the poor time finishing. I don't know what to say, to be honest. But in my opinion, that should have been a different result. But it is not. Obviously, congratulations to Marquette for winning the game. Big congratulations to them. As now, 4 wins, 1 loss, 4 wins, 1 loss. And now it's going to be 2 wins, 3 losses. So, there's 2 wins between the, 3rd and 4th and 5th places. So, there's a big gap now starting to open up between the front runners and the middle of the pack.
It's a major gap, but you could also see kind of what would be potential for the teams that are stuck at that 2 and 3 region. I mean, it's incredible. It's massive to see how a table just separates itself. It's very rare in soccer too. I mean, you don't exactly see a table just get absolutely blown apart from what would be just a couple of front runners, and then of course just that hard mid table. So I mean, we've seen it now. It's Manhattan, Marquette, St. John's sitting up at that top 3, and right below them, I say right below them, but by a very hefty margin, right below them, Fairfield, Niagara, Xavier, all waiting up. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun day. It's been a fun week. We are going to be continuing our action next week here for FIFA. It's going to be entertaining, considering the fact that, again, these players now in that 4th through 6th region, they're really just going to have to hound on any opportunities that they have in terms of dubs. It's going to have to be a lot of adjustments to be made. Me and George, we've highlighted a couple, but I hope that you guys can catch the highlights from next week too, because for now we are done. I wanted to appreciate once again EGF for having us on for yet another week of FIFA action. My name is Upmind. You can follow me on Twitter at Upmind_. George, where can they find you?
You can find me at GeorgeOverton_ on Twitter or GeorgeGNC on Twitch. Either or, I stream all the week. So if you want to come, hop by, say hello, feel free to. But yeah, obviously, thanks to EGF as always. Thank you very much for being a fantastic host as always, Upmind, and a fantastic co-caster.
Yeah. I'm a little rusty on that FIFA because, again, like I said, it's been a while since I really seriously played this game, but I hope that I'm living up to the standards. And we're just gonna keep improving. Same thing with all the teams. We have great action coming in next week. Same time on Monday. I think tomorrow we have Super Smash Brothers action here on the EGF channel. You can catch me commentating that too. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. We will see you next week.